Dubai has been hit by heavy rainfall leading to flooding. The floods have not only caused significant damage to properties and disrupted daily life, but also raised concerns about the long-term sustainability of the city's rapid growth. The impact on small and medium-sized enterprises has been particularly severe, with many struggling to recover from the losses. What are the implications of this flood in Dubai for businesses, economic activities, particularly as Nigeria continues to try to strengthen ties with Dubai? Let's get talking, and I'm being joined live from the United Arab Emirates by Managing Partner, Healthcare and Business Management Consulting, Mr. Abubakar Ibrahim. Mr. Ibrahim, thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Because I was driving on the road. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to make this as brief as we can. First, this is the heaviest rainfall in like 75 years in Dubai, and we see what has happened with this. Tell us, you're on ground. How did it look like after the rainfall?
Tolu, it came as a shock to everybody, but this is the second time it has happened in 75 years. The last time it happened was in 1949. And a lot of businesses, even the airport, a lot of flights, almost about 1,450 flights were canceled. But within the next 48 hours, business started coming back gradually. We noticed there was a lot of emergency requests for people to stay home. And it was severe in some areas. Some areas were badly hit and some areas were not. But like I said, Dubai has not the Middle East, because it was a desert encroached area. They were not fully prepared. It could have been worse, but it was really hectic.
Indeed, it's a good way to start. And you touched on the disruption on airlines and businesses. That is where interests me the most. How have people been coping since this event occurred or happened?
Okay, I would say personally, I was at the airport. I actually received some, and they spent almost about 6 hours at the airport, and the flood was actually there. But we got there quite late in the night, and I was able to pick them up and take them to the hotel. But I first-handedly saw the level of, flood that actually took place. It was a flash flood. And like I said, people did not expect it, but it came, suddenly, and it was, devastating to an effect that the Dubai government has already been, or the UAE government has already been talking about it. They even spoke about it in COP28, the event that just passed. They spoke about the global warming. So I believe they were well prepared for it, but it's not like 100%, it was taken care of. I mean, Oman was badly hit. Bahrain was badly hit as compared to Dubai. The casualty severity, I don't think there was much casualty severity in the United Arab Emirates. I saw on the news about 19 people were affected in Oman, even Bahrain. So the casualty were not much, but the effect to a lot of cars, a lot of properties, it was to the barest minimum. And most times, such economic situations have actually prepared for disaster management as such. So everything, as I'm actually driving from Abu Dhabi to Dubai right now. So there are quite a few blockades on the roads. Some roads are being managed. But like I said, business is back to normal within 48 hours or 72 hours. And within 2 weeks, I can tell you everything will be back to normal.
That shows a level of optimism there, because looking at the population, we have so many visitors working and living in Dubai. According to the research, about 90% of the 3.5 million population in that country. What is that thing that still continues to attract people to this high-tech country? Let me put it that way.
I would tell you one thing for sure. Dubai is a city of the future, like I keep saying. And they've been able to learn from every other regions of the world. And, they've taken the first cue to see that if we have to sustain the economic power of Dubai, we need to listen to everyone. And like I always state, the general population is the expatriate. So if they're not taking care of an expatriate, it will mean the city or the country will not be favorable. So firsthand, they've already discussed this. They've been talking about global warming. They've been hosting quite a lot of conferences about global warming, disaster management, and they've also participated in assisting quite a lot of neighboring countries when it comes to disaster management. Even Dubai was actually assisting Bahrain and Oman within the same flood period. And to be honest with you, the proactiveness of the leaders, the proactiveness of the citizens, the proactiveness of the expatriates within the region. A lot of people were hit, like I said, just like the COVID period. The pandemic came, everybody was able to handle it, and they thought ahead, should in case if there's any other disaster management that they need to work on. I believe I attended the conference in COP28 in February 28, which the same issue was discussed about disaster management. And there were quite a lot of publications by NASIMA that was actually printed out to individuals. They have quick responses to people. The Dubai police has a quick response to messages when it comes to rain flooding coming in. Their meteorology departments are actually to an accuracy on point. But with what we notice right now, this was definitely a natural hazard because the winds came in from Oman and Bahrain. So it was a flash flood, and it has never happened in the last 75 years.
Anyway, you already said you see that they seem to be ready for this, because many will say with global warming, climate change and all of that, something like this might happen again. That's on one side. Was electricity affected, supply affected in any way? Because we know what happens here in Nigeria when you have heavy rainstorms. Of course, you expect the lights to go off. Did that happen over there? Elevators were not working at some point. People could not get to top of skyscrapers. Can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, in some areas, the electricity was actually switched off because of the flooding within certain areas, just to create safety for people. And people should not go about, having to get electrocuted through the water. But it did not last for long, because all over the city, people were proactively working together to actually remove the floods from the road. And there were quite a lot of blockades. I would say within certain areas like Sharjah, because Dubai constitutes about 7 emirates, Sharjah was a little bit hit within certain areas. But if you notice, most of the videos that are being posted are actually showing people contributing to the livelihood of it. Some people were actually being philanthropic and delivering food. So the lights went off for a while, but it came back, and safety measures were actually put in place for people to actually safeguard themselves from electrocution, safeguard themselves from flood devastation, and also the drainages that were coming up. People were prepared for it to an extent, not 100%, I would say, but quite a lot of people were prepared for it. And the devastation, I pray we'll never see something like this again. There's been an announcement for next week, but people are gearing up, and it's always good to listen to the national news, the Dubai news, to actually get information on how to protect yourself, how to avoid certain hazard situation, because a lot of people who were affected by this were ignorant of the communication that was sent out.
Almost finally, because I know you have to catch up somewhere now. We hear that very, very soon, Emirates is to resume flight back to Nigeria. Actually, the minister was saying that today, that he's received the letter to that effect. Now, what do you make of this, and what sort of, how would I put it, economic ties do you think this could help strengthen, of course, between Nigeria and Dubai again?
Tolu, we as Nigerians in the United Arab Emirates, I mean, for me, myself, I would be very happy if that would happen. I also read the news, I saw it, and I would also want the conversation not to stop between the Dubai government and Nigeria. Courtesy conversations. We're actually waiting for a new ambassador to be appointed in the United Arab Emirates. We're eager, we want to get to know him. We're also waiting for the United Arab Emirates. We need to show, as Nigerians, we need to show our part that we are here to actually, be part of this successful story of Dubai. We're here to be part of the, the growth. We're here to be part of the the next generation that actually creates such kind of impact. I'm actually having an organization coming in from Nigeria of little kids for coding, AI coding competition, which we won in the region in Africa, and we're coming here to Dubai to contest for the final. So we are actually discussing with the Dubai government to see that they have a leverage on certain aspects of the Nigerians who are willing to come, honest ones who want to come and do business. So we're open to conversations. Every day I like to engage with government officials, and we discuss about this on a regular basis. It's not like the impact of Nigeria is not felt. It is felt. But, as a nation that is growing towards tourism, there's certain, security measures that need to take place. And we pray by June, like as the aviation minister said, we can't wait. Quite a lot of people have been sending me informations. They want to fly. They want to come for holiday. And I do hope it's going to be as it said. But I want the Nigerian government to also play their part.
Finally, almost finally, now what sectors, when we talk about this bilateral arrangement, what sectors can we really tap into? I know tech will be one of it. I know health would also be one of it. Let me allow you, tell us that.
Okay. You see, basically all the sectors, agriculture, tech, healthcare, all these sectors will be tapped into. But I would also want the to go on with Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is the capital. We cannot exclude Abu Dhabi from the United Arab Emirates. That's where the power of decision comes from. That's where all the other Emirates take their decisions from. And I do believe they're well structured in a way that their focus has to do with the new global warming trend, the energy conservation, the energy preservation, the new way of actually reducing emission of carbon. These are areas that UAE would want to see a great impact in the world. I mean, the devastation of the flood is just showing you what global warming can do. Now, if it happens in certain areas where they do not have technological growth, we're seeing war devastations within regions. Other regions are coming together to actually assist those kind of regions. Now, we do not pray that in Africa, such kind of devastation would happen constantly when the global warming starts. We need to get ourselves prepared. So I believe in all areas of sectors, we need to start having conversations with nations that are actually gearing towards the future. And that's the honest truth. We should try and diversify from the oil and rich countries and oil preservations, but we should look at new renewable energies. We should look at things that are actually changing the world right now and see how we can all live together in harmony.
Well, on a lighter note, beautiful cars there. I see people trying to save their cars and visuals we could see here. I see that smile on your face. We saw all of that. But commenting on that, and finally today, would you say, if you had to, what level of percentage, 80% back, 90%, 70% back, talking about business activities across the country?
To be honest with you, business activity is as good as 90% to 100%, to be honest. There are just quite a few blockages on the road trying to do road maintenance, and where there are drainages being blocked, people are opening it up. But to be honest with you, in the last 72 hours, like I said, I was able to drive out. I was able to pick passengers from the airport. I took them back and forth about 2 or 4 trips. So, I mean, I decided to take the precautionary measures because people were told to stay at home. But today, Monday, I'm heading from Abu Dhabi to Dubai as we're having this conversation. And hopefully I'll drive around Dubai later in the evening to see what the situations are like. And I'll still have my business meeting, but businesses are back. The airport is open. Flights are being reconstructed. And God's willing, by next week, we should have Dubai running back and United Arab Emirates running back in 100%.
And they should be ready in case another flood or rain comes one way or the other. I must thank you so much. Interesting chat with you this morning. I've been speaking to managing partner, healthcare and business management consulting, Mr. Abubakar Ibrahim, live for us from Dubai. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much.